I'm Hec One Love, and I'm a street artist here in Miami. Well, I got here at the age of 12 from Cuba, and so since the language barrier, I didn't really have that many friends, and so I started to gravitate towards the hip-hop culture for whatever reason, and the breakdancing and all that stuff that sort of was beyond language. Really, graffiti is all about scale and about understanding that stuff is going to be appreciated from a long distance away, so it has to be big. And how to make everything work together, working big, it takes the time to get that in your head. That's a skill you have to develop. I mean, I had a watercoloring book that my grandmother had given me, and I did enjoy art, but I really didn't, I mean, there was no concept of what graffiti was. There was, you know, I had never even seen a spray can in Cuba, so, you know, that was a totally different world. So there was no reference point for graffiti or hip-hop culture, but art is everywhere, and you know, if you're an artist and you're born an artist, you pretty much see art in your mind, even if there's no art to be found. Now, a graffiti artist is treated like a demigod, kind of like a DJ, you know, put up on a pedestal, which, you know, I don't think that you should be put up on a pedestal because you're a DJ or because you are a graffiti artist. I think you should have to be good at what you do. You know, put in the work. Yes. You know, prove yourself in the streets. This is this is like a combination of two of my worlds. The Loveism acts like it's what I sort of bring from my graphic design background, my exposure to the corporate world and to the graphic design advertising world. So I developed my own brand, which is Loveism, and I push it the same way Madison Avenue pushes its products, through large billboards, and sort of like a mass marketing campaign. Instead of trying to sell soap or toothpaste or some other banal thing, I'm selling what I think is the most important thing, which is Loveism. That's the brand and that's the campaign, and the brand is the message. Well, Loveism is a lot of things. Loveism is a social experiment. Loveism is an art performance. Is a, you know, it's everything short of religion. And it's just it's something that I'm pushing, and I'm pushing it as both as a lifestyle change for me, and also as something to inspire others to seek their best self, and with their actions define what Loveism means to them. Being in Cuba and growing up without color, you know, growing up without color in the city because the cities are decaying and there's no paint. But you also live in a tropical island with with tropical colors that are natural in the natural world. So you understand that color does exist when you just want more of it in your surroundings. So as soon as I discovered graffiti and I discovered the concept of beautifying your surroundings and being able to take an ugly, sort of like nondescript alley wall and turning that into a beautiful masterpiece only with spray paint, that concept just seemed completely like this is what I have to do, and this is what I have to do like now, and this is what I have to do all the time, and this is the only thing that's worth time, you know, it's worth your time doing. Because the idea of like bringing like sophisticated beauty to, you know, the highest level, the highest caliber, something that you be worthy to be in the Guggenheim or any of the world's museums, and putting that in the least expected place, like an alley or the hood, or just, that to me is really sublime. That to me is what street art is about, is to bring that world to like some 8-year-old kid that's wandering through his hood and say, look, this is what's possible. Humans are capable of incredible amount of work and beauty and inspiration. Here you go, take a look at this. You know, you're bigger than your surroundings, you're bigger than your circumstances, and that's what drives me to do this. So in order to get to the level where you get commissioned, I guess you have to put in your dues, and it's very rewarding, and it's very humbling to know that you got to the level where somebody says, your stuff is so worthwhile, so worthy of this wall that I'm willing to pay you for it and commission it. It's a great feeling.